Let's talk about all those white Europeans screaming, chanting, waving flags, and generally making a complete nuisance of themselves outside the Houses of Parliament recently, just to remind the members inside the building that if the vote didn't go in a specified way, they had the mob outside to face come close of business. And I want you to put the Muslim fanatics out of the equation for the time being. Let's just concentrate on their pale and useful idiots. I am Graniopteryx. So, there was a riot outside the Houses of Parliament, and it seemed to have almost as many white European types as Asian and Arab types participating. Now, I understand the Asian and Arabs doing it. I disagree with them, but I understand that. But what's with the white Europeans? That seems, well, it seems incomprehensible until you start thinking about it. Is it love of Palestine? Do you think so? When agitating for Hamas to surrender and release the hostages would put an end to all the fighting instantly. And again, when there are so many other, honestly, much worse events going on in the world right now. Just one example here. Let's take a look at the Congo. Ah, yes, the Congo. The Democratic Republic of the Congo. 23.4 million people were acutely food insecure between July and December 2023. 6.4 million people are internally displaced. That beats Palestine, doesn't it? By a factor of, well, 3 at least, if not more. And 3.9 million children and pregnant and breastfeeding women are acutely malnourished. There are more from Syria, Yemen, Iraq, and even Iran and Afghanistan, for instance, if you count just the women who've been and are currently imprisoned, tortured, executed, and denied medical attention by Sharia law. So no, it's not love of Palestine, it's hatred. And primarily hatred for, wait for it, hatred for Britain. Or, if you're watching this from the US of A, hatred for America. And if you're watching this from Australasia, well, you know the drill. That "Gas the Jews" chant outside Sydney Opera House, it wasn't just the Jews they were talking about gassing, was it? It was Australian society itself. So, back to the UK. Yeah, they're having fun hating Israel. But Israel, as has happened throughout our entire Christian history, Israel, aka the Jews, is a projection of all that they hate in themselves. And that's because if there's one thing that the left hates more than anything else, it's a successful society. Because successful societies don't go for the left. Look how they love the Palestinians, one of the most demonstrably unsuccessful societies in the world. The other great love now is Yemen. I mean, they're chanting about Yemen now, aren't they? Oh, let's have a look at Yemen. Ah, yes, Yemen. 18.6 million need humanitarian assistance in 2024. 70 million people are food insecure, and they reckon they need $2.9 billion of donations just to keep the country from starving to death entirely, because the left only like unsuccessful societies. And in most of the two I've spoken about, the Congo and the Yemen, they see a permanent reflection of their own nihilism. And that's why they're out there doing their best to destroy parliamentary democracy, doing their best to destroy the capitalism that feeds London and, by the way, most of the rest of the country, including Scotland, I have to remind you. And of course, it's not just the mobs on the street. We have the same stuff going on among various politicians with the same deep-seated hatred of their own countries. And so there you have it. It's not love of Palestine. It's not even hatred of the Jews quite so much. It's hatred of themselves. And how you cure that? Well, yeah. Answers, please, in the comments below. All right, till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Graniopteryx design or Granbow with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.graniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share, share, share.